Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Here we are from the group of currental database. We are creating of currental database in used to fulfill the final exam of database. That teacher is Bu Ultach Enri, and our group name list is first me is Hilmy Sukma Nurmakarim, and then Teuku Nurmansyah Putih, Farhan Noval Sukmana, and Resi Surya Agustian. And here there are a table of contents. The first is logical database design or ERD, and then database and tables that DDL, then DML commands that include insert, update, and delete. Then DQL commands that is select command with DQL. Then algebra and calculus linear that converting MySQL queries into the form of mathematical expression. And the last one is DCL commands that include users that given grant or revoke command. First, the logical database will explained by my friend Teuku Nurmansyah. Time is yours.
Okay, thank you, Hilmy. First, I will explain about what this ERD is. So, logical database design. Logical database design is the process of creating information model that is used in companies based on specific data model, but does not depend on specific database management system and other physical considerations. Logical database design is deciding how to arrange the attributes of the entities in a given business environment into database structures, such as the tables of a relational database. So ERD stands for Entity Relationship Diagram. Is a diagram that's used to design a database and solves the relationship between objects or entities and their attributes in detail. Next. Here I will explain about our currental is ERD. As you can see here, we have four entities. The first entity is customer. In the customer entities, there consists of 8 attributes. The first attribute is a key attribute named customer ID. It's the ID of the customer. And then the customer name, the gender of the customer, the address of the customer, the date of birth, and ICAP, email, and password. And then the next entity is transaction. There consists of 4 attributes. Those attributes are transaction ID is a key attribute. As you can see, it's being underlined. The next attribute is order ID, and then the payment method, and a total rent payment. How much fees you have to pay when you rent a car. It's as you can see by it's a derived attribute. The total rent payment is a derived attribute. It means that the value of the attribute is derived from the other attribute. The next entity is car. In the car, there consists of car ID attribute, in which the car ID attribute is a key attribute. As you can see, it's being underlined. And then the next one is car brand, car model, car type, the type of the car, the seats, it's how much seats is in the car, it's how much is in the car, and then transmission of the car, the quantity, the stock of the car, the availability, whether it is available to rent or not, and the provider ID. It's the ID of the provider. Let's provide the car. And then the last entity in the ERD is the provider. There consists of provider ID. The provider ID is a key attribute in the provider. entity, and then the name of the owner, the type of the owner, whether it is personal or company, and then the address of the provider email, and the phone number or the contact of the provider. And that's are the entity of the ERP. Next one is that I will explain the relationship in the ERP. The first relationship that I'm going to explain is rent. The relationship is between the customer and the car. It, the cardinalities of the relationship is many to many. So what this relationship means is that a customer rent a car. The rent relationship generates five attributes. Those attributes are rental ID is a key attribute. It's a key attribute. Rental ID is key attributes, and then the rental location, the locations of the rent, and then the rent debt, and then the return debt, and then the status of the rent. So why does the relationship has many to many? Why is the relationship why is the relationship many to many relationship? It's because multiple customers can rent the same car, and it, because multiple customers can rent the same car. Uh, as long as the car is available to rent. And then one customer can rent multiple cars. Hence why it is a many to many relationship. The next relationship that I'm going to explain is a provide. So what this relationship means is that the provider provide the car so the customer can rent. Uh, the cardinality of the relationship is one to many relationship because one provider could provide multiple cars. And then the last relationship in the ERP is carry out. What this relationship means is that after customer rent car, if customer rent a car, he has to pay, right? That means he has to carry out a transaction. Yeah, that's what relationship means. It means the customer is making a transactions for the rent. Uh, why is it a one to many relationship? Because I have explained before that one customer can rent multiple cars, right? Because each order uh, mewakili satu transaksi. It means the customer can also carry out multiple transactions. That's what the relationship means. I think I've explained it enough about the ERD. The next section is going to be about database and tables, which will be explained by Resi Surya Gustian. Resi Surya Gustian, time and place are yours.
Okay, thank you, Teuku Nurmansyah. Okay, here we're gonna talk about data definition language or DDL. So, data definition language is the syntax for creating and modifying database objects such as tables, indexes, and users. DDL statements are similar to computer programming language for defining data structures, especially database schemas. For this part, we are going to make 5 tables that will be used for car rental system database. The tables are car provider, current form, customer, and transaction. Next, Hilmy. Okay, here we create a car rental database, and in car tables, we have 9 fields. There are car ID, car brand, car model, availability and provider ID with varchar, and car type and transmission with type enum, and car ID as a primary key and provider ID as a foreign key. And we have car provider tables. In car provider tables, we have 6 fields. There are provider ID as primary key with type varchar, owner name, prof address, and prof email as varchar, and owner with type data enum, and prof phone with type char. And rent from tables, we have 7 fields. There are rental ID as a primary key with type data varchar, car ID, and customer ID is foreign key with varchar 2, rent store location, and car status, varchar, and rent date and rent return date with type varchar. Okay, for customer tables, we have 9 fields. Customer ID with primary key as varchar, customer name, customer address, date of birth, nick, email, and password with type data varchar, and gender enum, and phone char. And next, transaction tables, we have 4 fields. Transaction ID as primary key, rental ID, rental ID foreign key, payment method, total rent payment with type data varchar. DML Commands. Data Manipulation Language, or DML, is a computer programming language used to add, delete, and modify data in a database. DML is often a sublanguage of a broader database language such as SQL, where the DML consists of some of the operators in that language. The first one is insert. The insert command is used for inserting one or more rows into a database table with specified table column values. Okay, here for example, we want to insert value into tables of car. We use syntax insert into values. For example, here C001 Toyota Veloz White 2022 Touring 6 GVT 2 yes PR001 until C010. And after that, if you want to see the result, if you want to see the values of tables of car, we use syntax select star from car. Okay, for next, insert into table car provider, same as before. We use syntax insert into car provider values PR001 until PR010. And the result, if you want to see the values, we use syntax select all, select star from car provider. Okay, insert into current form is same as before. Insert into current form values CR001 until CR010. And to see the result, you select star from current form. Okay, here insert into customer values CS001 until CS010. If you want to see the result, select star from customer. And here, insert into transaction values TD001 until TD010 and select star from transaction. Okay, after insert, you have update. The update command is another most important data manipulation command in structured query language, which allows users to update or modify the existing data in database tables. Okay, here for example, you want to update in table customer. You want to update the email to budi@gmail.com. The field where customer ID CS001. You can see here CS001 customer ID, email are updated to budi@gmail.com. Use syntax update customer set email equals budi@gmail.com where customer ID and customer ID. Same as before, we want to set password to Anto123 where customer ID CS002, and for the result you can use syntax select star from customer. You see here the password of customer ID CS002. The password is updated to or changed into Anto123. Here update customer is same as before. Set customer address to Street Merpati, Jalan Merpati, number 20, where customer name is Sela. So the customer name Sela, the customer address will change it into Jalan Merpati, number 10. Okay, for update customer, you set gender or update or change it into male, where customer name is Susanti. So the customer name Susanti, the gender is changed into male. And same as before, update customer, set customer name Saleh. So the name will be, customer name will be changed into Saleh, where customer ID is CS005. Okay, here we want to update from the different table. For example, here we update in table car rent form. Same as before, the syntax is update car rent form, set rent store location Bandung car rent, where rental ID is CR005. So the rental ID CR005 is rent store location will change into Bandung car rent. Okay, same here. Update current from set car status or rent where rental ID CR001 and update current from set rent store location to Jakarta rent where car ID C003 and etc. Okay, for next is delete. The delete command is used when we specify the row or tuple that we want to remove or delete from the table or relation. So here, if you want to delete field on table transaction, we use syntax delete from transaction where transaction ID is TD006. So the field in the table of transaction will delete it, which have a transaction ID TD006. And for the next, delete from transaction where transaction ID TD007 until 9 will delete it from transaction table. And the last one is delete from transaction where total rent payment is Rp 3 million, 3 juta. Jadi, so the rent payment is 3 million will delete it from table transaction. Okay, for example here, we will delete from another table in current form, same as before. We use the same syntax, delete from current form, where rental ID CR010. So the field which have rental ID is CR010 will delete it from current form. And here also CR009, CR008 until 6 will delete it from table of current form. Okay, for the next material, DQL command will be explained by Hilmy Sukma.
Okay, thanks for the explanation, Resi Surya. Okay, in here, data query language or DQL. Data query language are computer language that are used to make various queries in information system and database. The structured query language SQL is a well-known example. The QL statements are used to query the data contained in S.Kom object. After utilizing the DML, we are going to use DQL to select some fields and connect them together. Even if it's in different table, we can connect them by using the primary key and foreign key placed in the table. So the first there's select. Select command, it is used to retrieve data from database. In here, the example one is select car rental distinct table. In here, the command is select distinct car underscore type from car. It will show that the distinct from the car that are car type. It will show just only two. Even in the table, there are Turing, like example, the Turing is 5 or 6 and sport is 10. But we use this thing. If we use this thing, it just only show the one type of that, and there are just two touring and sports car. And then select car rental, select from the two tables. The command is select c dot quantity comma that and p dot owner underscore name. Then from car as c comma car underscore provider as p. Then where will c dot provider underscore id equals to p dot provider underscore id, and then c dot quantity is equals lebih besar gitu ya, equals bigger than 2. It will show that quantity is bigger than 2, so the one is not exist because it's not bigger than 2. Okay. It will show that 2 quantity 2 and 3. Then the owner name is Irfan Resi Jaka Mikalisa. It's from the two tables. Then the third example is select car underscore rental. Select from three tables. The command is like this: select p.prof address r.rent store location. then comma c.car brand from car provider SP is from for alias. Okay, like this before, same as before, it is using alias from car provider SP, current from SI R car as C, and where is p dot provider underscore ID equals c provider underscore ID, and r dot ren store location equals r dot ren underscore store location, and then c dot car underscore brand equals Honda. So what this command means? So in here, the car brand, I just want to see the car brand only Honda. So the Honda car brand will shown in here, and then the rest location will shown in here. Will show in here. Then the provider address that I want to show is using the provider underscore ID. It will show in here. So as you can see, there are three tables have been show in this session, and there are 10 rows. And then the fourth example is select car underscore rental, select from inner join to table. And the command is select customer underscore name, comma car underscore rent form dot rent store location. Then from car in bracket car underscore rent form, and then inner join customer on customer dot customer underscore ID equals car rent form dot customer ID. So in here, the customer name that I want to show is comment on here, and it's shown in here. And then the restore location is shown in here too. I'm using the customer ID to be a code that customer name location. Jadi maksudnya kita menggunakan si customer ID ini untuk melacak si customer name ini, karena si customer name ini kan ada di tabel yang sama dengan customer ID ini, sedangkan restore location berada di tabel current form. Jadi kita pakainya ini gitu. Then that's it from the select from inner join to tables, and then select car underscore rental where two columns, select car brand, comma provider underscore ID from car, where car underscore brand in Toyota and Nissan. So it will show that car brand only Toyota and Nissan with the provider ID, because I comment provider ID in here. So it will show two, car brand and provider ID, and there are 3 rows. And in here, select car underscore rental, select from L and R join to table. This means the first command, I want to use the select car rental from right join, as you can see in here, right join, and the second one is left join. The command syntax is actually little bit same. Select customer underscore name, car and rent form dot rent store location from in bracket car rent form, right join customer on customer dot customer underscore ID equals car underscore rent form dot customer underscore ID in close bracket and semicolon. So it will show like this. Customer name it show, and rent store location it show. There are 10 rows, and like I said, the second one is same too, but I'm using the left join, so it will show different things, that because we use the left join, the result is like this. Then customer name and rent store location. And then the fifth, I think, or whatever, select car underscore rental specific column. Select car underscore model, car underscore type from car it for the syntax code in syntax comment, and it will show the car model and the car type. And next is select car and underscore rental where ascend limit 0.5. The command is select star from car ordered by car brand ascending. This singkatan gitu atau disnick is for the ascending limit 0.5. So it will show that is 5 rows. That is from that has car underscore brand as a limit 0.5. Where is the car brand? Like this in here, and the limit is like this. And the next is select car underscore rental where ascending. Oh, it's different. In here I'm using ascend limit, jadi ada batas gitu maksudnya, ya kan ke sini. And then select car underscore rental where ascending. This one is same as before, but is not has limit. Select star from car ordered by car model ascend asc ascend semicolon, and it will show like this. Jadi berurutnya ascending gitu. Car model. Okay, and then select car underscore rental where between. The select now is between. I want to show that something in between. In example, this is I'm using the select star from car where car ID between C004 and C006, and that must be the C005 it will shown, and yes, the C005 it shown because it's between C004 and C006. They are will show too in here, and as you can see there are 3 rows in here, C004, 5 and 6. And then select car rental where close table. Select the command is select star from car where car brand is Mitsubishi. I want to show that we have the Mitsubishi from the car brand, and then just only 3 that has Mitsubishi car brand at Xpander Cross, Isuzu, and Outlander Sport. And then select car rental where descending. Nah, this one is the kebalikan gitu. From the ascending, the command is select star from car ordered by car underscore model descending. So I want to descending from ordered by the car model. It will show like this. And then same as before, it has 10 rows because I doesn't limit this command. And then there is select car rental where like 2. Select the command is select star from car where car brand like Honda, and then yes, there the Honda like the Mitsubishi it will show, but this one is Honda. And then select car rental where like X percent, and the command is select star from car where car model like in what is this called, I forgot, but the thing is X% as we call it. Then it will show the car model type who has the X words. What is from the car model have X words, that is expander cross and XL7 alpha. As you can see here, these two car model has the X words in the first name of them. And then select current char where whose second letter underscore e percents. The command is select star from car where car model like in this underscore I percents semicolon. It means the who car model name who has the e words on the second letter. It is Civic. You can see is I, Envious I, Nissan I. Okay, that's it from the DQL. Now is algebra and calculus linear. It will presented by my friend that is Farhano Fal Sukmana. Time is yours.
Okay, I'm going to explain about relational algebra and calculus. Relational algebra refers to a procedural query language that takes relation instances as input and returns relation instances as output. It performs queries with the help of operator. A binary or unary operator can be used. They take in relation as input and produce relation as outputs. And relational calculus consists of two calculi, the tuple relational calculus and the domain relational calculus, that are part of the relational model for database and provide a declarative way to specify database queries. Relational calculus target what result to obtain. Next, first one is relational algebra. For the first question, is to display the car model that was produced by Mitsubishi, and the answer is to project car underscore model uh, and select car underscore brand equals to Mitsubishi, and then the table car. And then the second question is to display car brand, car model, and car type, which has four seats. To project car brand, car model, car type, and select seats equals to 4 in table car. And then the third question is display the car ID, car brand, and car model of the sports car type car. To do that, you need to select car ID, car brand, car model. I mean to project, not select, to project and then select car type equals to sports car in table car. And then to number 4, display customer ID and customer name, which have the male gender. To do that, you need to project customer ID, customer name, select gender equals to male in table customer. And fifth, display transaction ID and rental ID with a total payment of more than 4 million rupiah. To do that, you need to project transaction ID, rental ID, select total rent payment uh, more than 4 million in table transaction. Next, uh, relational calculus. I'm going to relational calculus. The first one is display the car model of the car produced by Honda. To do that, you need to uh, input car model in uh, in an is the car model is an element of car and car brand equals to Honda. Number 2, display the car ID, car brand, and car model of a car that has 6 seats. To do that, you need to car ID, car brand, car model is an element of car and seats equals 6. Number 3, show car ID, car brand, car model, availability of cars that are touring type and have 4 seats. To that, you need to input car ID, car brand, car model, availability is an element of car and seats equals 6, and car type equals touring. Or number 4, display the provider ID and owner name from the provider whose owner type is company. To do that, you need to input provider ID. Owner name is an element of provider, and owner equals to company. Number 5, display car ID, car brand, car model, provided by owner name Resi. So in that input car ID and car brand is an element of car, and is include provider ID and an element of provider and owner name equals to Resi. And number 6, display provider ID, provider name, which provides sports car type cars. To that, you need to input provider ID. Provider name is an element of provider and includes provider ID. And is an element of car, and car type equals to sports car. Number 7, display customer ID, customer name, NIK, who started renting cars between 2020 03/20 to 2020 03/26. Customer, to that you need to customer ID, customer name, NIC is an element of customer and includes customer ID. Is an element of car rent form, and rent date equals less equal than 2022 03 20, and rent date equals more than 2022 03/26. Number 8, display the customer name and phone that rents Mitsubishi brand cars. To do that, you need to input customer name and phone. Is an element of customer and includes customer ID. Is an element of car and form and includes car ID. Car and car brand equals to Mitsubishi. 9, display the car brand, car model, car type of the car rented by the customer and name Isan. Car brand, car model, and car type is an element of car and includes car ID. Is an element of car rent form and includes customer ID. Customer and customer name equals to Isan. Plus, the number 10 is display car brand, car model, whose rental transaction is more than 4,500,000 rupiah. It's to do that you need to type car brand, car model is an element of car and includes car ID, is an element of car rent form and includes order ID. Transaction and total rent payment is more than 4,500,000 rupiah, 405,000 rupiah. And then next is DCL command. DCL command or data control language is a syntax similar to computer programming language used to control access to data stored in a database. In particular, it is a component of structured query language. Data control language is one of the logical groups in SQL commands. To use DCL, first you need to create some user. So we create 4 user here. First one is admin car. The second one is customer car. The third one is provider car, and the fourth one is dealer car. In the right, you can see all of the available user. The one that we just created is now you can see it in the mysql.user. Okay, next. Okay, first one is grant command. The grant command is specifically used to provide privileges to database object for a user. This command also allows users to grant permission to other users too. Here are some of the grants that is granted to certain user. Okay. Grants to admin car. In this for the user admin car, we granted the grant insert on car rental equals all to admin underscore car at localhost, and then grant insert on car rental dot customer to admin car at localhost, and then grant update on car rental dot customer to admin car at localhost. In the bottom, you can see that admin user admin car is granted the select grant, the grant insert, and grant insert on car rental, and grant insert and update on car rental dot customer. Okay, next. For user customer car, we granted grant select on car rental dot customer to customer car, grant select on car rental dot car, and then the last one is grant select on car rental dot transaction. On the bottom, you can see all of the grants to customer car, which are grant usage, grant select on car rental customer, grant select on car rental dot car, and grant select on car rental dot transaction. Okay, next. For user dealer car, we grant update on car rental dot transaction and grant select on car rental transaction. So for this one, for user dealer car, you can see on the bottom that the grant that we grant is grant select and update on table transaction. Okay, next. For user provider car, the syntax we use for is grant select on car rental dot car provider, grant insert on car rental dot car provider, and grant update owner name owner provider address on car rental dot car provider. In the bottom, you can see the grants we grant to the provider car, which is grant select, insert, update to car provider. Okay, and then we have revoke. Revoke is a statement can be used to remove granted permission, and the denied statement can be used to prevent a prefer from gaining specific permission through a grant. Then for this one, we're going to revoke some of the grant that we just applied to some of the user. For the user admin car, we are going to revoke insert on car rental dot car, and then revoke insert on car rental dot customer. And then if we show grants, those two are gone. And then for user admin car, we're going to revoke update on car rental dot customer. And again, if we show grant, there is no more update for admin car. Next. And then we're going to revoke for user customer car. We're going to revoke select on car rental dot car and revoke select on car rental dot transaction. If we show grant for customer car, we can see that we already revoked that. And for user dealer car, we're going to revoke select on car rental dot transaction and revoke update on car rental dot transaction. If you show grant, the user dealer car doesn't have any grant on anymore. Okay. For the last one, I think for user provider car, we're going to revoke update on car rental dot car provider and revoke select on car rental dot car provider and revoke insert on car rental dot car provider. If we show grants for private car, the user doesn't have any more grants. Next. Okay. In conclusion, car rental database system is an efficient and convenient way for people to rent cars or rent out their own vehicle. The online system allows for easy access to the database, which store important information about the available vehicle and fast rental. The use of a database ensures that the information is organized and can be easily accessed and updated. Overall, the car rental database system appears to be a useful tool for facilitating car rentals and helping to streamline the car rental process.
Okay, maybe that's all from our groups. Thanks for the attention. We want to say forgive if there are some mistakes from our presentation. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.